So let's see, what we're doing this time is the Stream Deck setup, and for that we're going to need to first off have a numeric keypad, and I've pulled up some eBay listings for numeric keypads to just kind of give you an idea that there are plenty of cheap ones out there, as you can see. And this one is about the same price that I've got. It's looks more like this though. It doesn't have that little under area. So what you're going to want to do is get one of those to start with, and then once you have your keyboard, your numeric keypad, you're going to want to download a program called HID Macros, and I've got the website for it up. So here we go again. So here's HID Macros, and you want to keep in mind the old version is dead, but it's that old version that we need. So we're going to go to download, the download link, and we don't want this one. We want this one. And I've already downloaded it, and when you first run it, make sure you do so in administrator mode. Get my words right in a second. And when you do, you'll come up with this. And this is all of my macros that I have assigned. And basically, you're going to want to hit new, and it'll say new macro, and you can write in or type in a name for your macro. And this, so let's just name it macro 1. Just so we have something to work with. And then what you're going to want to do is click on scan below. And when you click on scan, it's going to be waiting for a key press on that number pad. So we hit scan, and then I don't have anything assigned to the 9 key, so let's hit 9. And you see it pops up on the screen here, keyboard 2, 105, 9 in parentheses. And I'll do that again so you can see it in see the action happening in real time. So let's switch to the top-down view, which is going to be the 2. Always make sure you've got the right window selected. So on the keypad, on the macro program, we hit scan, and we hit the 9 key. So that's all we did, and now the program knows what key you've hit, and thanks to that, let's go ahead and dive back into program screen here. we can then tell it what we want it to do. Now, there are several different constraints on what we can or cannot enter in. So let's go to the Help tab up here, and it tells us all about the supported characters and modifiers. So if we want to make a character uppercase, we use the plus key. If we want to use the have it mimic the control button on the keyboard, it's going to be the up arrow, which is Shift 6 on the keyboard, and then Alt is %. Following that, we have some directions down here on how we can make things work. The tilde is enter. If we want to modify an entire group, we have to enclose them in parentheses. If we have a key on the keyboard like page up, page down, any of the function keys, we have to put brackets around those. So, and here's a listing of all the supported key names that need to be surrounded with brackets. And this last bit, I haven't gotten it to work, but you might be able to. Just if you've got to, or if you're wanting things to move, or multiple key presses is what I mean to be saying. You want to put the number in the braces, in the brackets, following a space between the name and the number. So let's go ahead and go back to the Macros tab, and let's see. For this one, let's do a how about a Alt do an Alt page down. Not really sure what happened just then, but it's okay. So we've got that, and now we can hit Save Configuration. And if we go into our OBS, which is what I'm using the stream with right now, if we go to Settings and Hotkeys, you can see all of my currently assigned hotkeys and what they do. So let's got to add in another scene for it to run with, so we'll just add a blank scene. And a source would be a good idea. And let's we'll do a color source. And we'll make it make it that. So hit OK, and here we have our source. Just move that to the center. And now we need to assign the hotkey. So we can go back to Settings, down to Hotkeys, and if we go all the way down to the bottom of our scenes list, we have Scene 2. Now we want to click on Switch to Scene and hit 9 on our numeric pad. And there you see it put in the key that we put in. So we can hit Apply and OK. And let's just go to computer screen 1. And now if we hit 9, it goes to the scene that it's supposed to go to. So that is how a Stream Deck works, and how you're able to get one on the cheaper side of things. Makes it a fairly nice to have a means of getting your stuff automated better. And these can be used for gaming as well. If you've got a whole bunch of keys, combinations spread out across the keyboard like some games do, and you need a way to condense them all down into a smaller package, using a Stream Deck is helpful for that. So that's where we're at there. And see, I'm going to say that's it for now because I can't think of anything else offhand. So, always want to save the configuration. So let's dive back in real quick. And this button up here, I clicked it before, but it's the Save Configuration button, and you always want to make sure that is clicked on. And the other thing to be aware of is this program has to be running if you want your macros to work. Also, you have to make sure that the program you're wanting to run the macros in is actually open. And let's pull up the notepad. So if I have the notepad open and I hit a button on the numeric keypad, it's putting a few things up on there because those are what were assigned, but nothing's happening on the OBS broadcaster side of things. To get anything to work in OBS with this system, you have to have it activated. And once it's activated, everything works like it should. That's all for this session of Polygonal Art with JoRaSe's. If you enjoyed what you saw, how about giving this video a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos from me. In the video description below, you'll find my Patreon link. Feel free to check it out. Now, on to the credits.